What's up YouTube, Eric here. Today we're gonna give an update on the Fired Up Wealth Investing Club or the Fired Up Wealth Community Portfolio. I'm gonna break down every single position. We've been adding a lot. We've been buying. We actually added several new positions. You're gonna wanna see which ones we added and the price levels. I'm gonna share everything with you, every single stock in the portfolio, all the breakdowns by pillars. You think of growth stocks, you think of dividend growth investing for fired stocks, DGIF, you think of spec, you think of ETF, cash, all that. I'm gonna break it all down. First, let's start, in case you're new to this, we've got a whole series. I'm gonna explain what this portfolio is all about. Okay, so this portfolio, guys, it started with 60% growth. This is what we're trying to keep for allocations, 60% growth stocks. This is a growth portfolio for long-term investing. The intent of this is to show you how I would have started a new portfolio this year during very volatile times and how I would have dollar cost averaged to get the best cost basis I possibly can, which is almost impossible because it's really hard to time a bottom and you're not going to do that most times. So growth 60%, ETF 20%, DGIF 10%, spec 10%. Now, depending on your risk, your age, your risk tolerance, your suitability, all those different things, everybody's going to have a unique portfolio based on their specific needs. This is basically geared towards someone that's a little bit aggressive, maybe younger investor, or maybe not even younger investor, but just aggressive. So I would call this portfolio something like an 8 out of 10. Some people might think it's a 10 out of 10. Some might think it's a 5 out of 10. My personal risk tolerance, this is about an 8 out of 10. It gives you a nice balance. It gives you some ETFs and some dividend stocks. 30% of that is going to be kind of that core, that foundation. When you're building a house, you need a blueprint. This is your blueprint. You need a foundation to start. So you need to put a basement in or a foundation of some sort before you start putting the materials everywhere. And so we had a plan of what we wanted to build, and then we picked the stocks. So we had the community actually vote on which stocks I was going to buy. This is a real portfolio with my money, but I used the help of the community through votes to pick the stocks that we're going to buy. So we started with $5,318. It's grown quite a bit. And we add $1,000 per month plus however many patrons we have. So right now we have a little over 300 patrons. So $1,300 is gonna go in June, probably next week. And if you wanna follow this portfolio, you can do that by going to patreon.com/firedupwealth. Let me cover the new stocks, the new positions that we just added to the portfolio. Just real quick, in case you guys are interested, there is a link in the video description that takes you to the Fired Up Wealth link tree. Now, this link tree has everything in one central repository, all the important posts, all the different parts of the communities from TikTok, Instagram, all those links, those important links to get to the Fired Up Wealth content you're looking for. Now, if you want to follow this portfolio, you click right here on Join Our Investing Club, Fired Up Wealth Community Portfolio, Stocks We're Buying Now. If you click that button, that's going to take you to Patreon right here. And this is the thread. So I started this portfolio February 22nd. It's been pretty rough. You're actually probably be surprised at how the portfolio is performing. So stay tuned. I'm going to show that to you in a second. This explains everything you want to know. So if you want to read up on it, what we're doing, click that link. You can check it out. It shows you all the portfolio moves to date. So you can go in here and you can click on all the different buys. Every single buy, updates on the market, why we added specific stocks, everything is right here. So a few of the positions that we added that are new. Toast was one. We added this at $13.89. It's trading right now at $17. It's up 17 or 18%. So it's doing pretty well. Some really wild charts with some of these. Look at this downtrend, this channel. But we did buy this. This is UiPath. The cost basis, we dollar cost average. We bought some nibbles. Cost basis is $16.63. So we didn't time the bottom. That was closer to $14, 13 and change. But we are up 29%. So our cost basis on UiPath is $16.63. We're up 29% right now. So the next one we added, it was just a starter position. So it's a small position, was Snap. I thought it was too cheap to ignore. It got actually lower than the IPO price, which was several years ago. I mean, this takes you all the way back to 2017 prices. And I thought it was a little overdone. I'm not super crazy bullish on this or anything, but at $12.77, we are up nicely on it already. It's at $15, so we're doing pretty well on it, up 15 to 20%. This could be one that we just sell as kind of a trade, or maybe we hold and add to it. It's tough to say. This is one of those companies that could be impacted harder if we do hit a recessionary period. SentinelOne, this is a new IPO back in July of 2021. It topped out close to $79 in November of 2021, and it came down actually below $20 to $18.64. So our cost basis is $25.91, and right now it's trading at $25.50. So we're around par. We're down a little bit on it, but not doing too bad on SentinelOne, and we've got plenty of room to add more shares if it does go lower. So this is the entire portfolio as of this morning. I downloaded it from Fidelity. It's June 9th, 2022. It's going to show you all the top positions, and it's going to go by percentage of account. Now, before we do that, on the bottom, you can see that wheel again, that pie chart again of how we started. We started with 3,000 growth, 1,000 ETFs, 500 DGIF, and 500 spec. And what we want to do is keep that growth at 60%, ETF at 20%, DGIF 10%, and spec at 10%. So the allocations are down here. We're about 60% growth, just slightly under. We're doing pretty good on that. DGIF, we're a little bit higher. The reason for that is NVIDIA, which I'll show you here in a second. ETFs, we're at 14%. So we do need to get a little bit more in the ETFs. The thought process there is that when individual stocks are beat down hard, I'd rather buy the individual stocks at the best prices I can versus buying the ETFs. So this is just a temporary thing, trying to get the best cost basis we can in some of those individual stocks. And our spec is currently at 9.45%. Which is pretty good. We want 10%. We've got cash about 1% and the total 100%. Now we are going to be adding cash. We're going to be adding $1,300 in cash here in the next couple of days. So we're going to get a nice spike in cash, and I plan on adding more to this next week. So again, if you want to follow along and you want to see what we're buying, you can go down here to patreon.com, Fired Up Wealth. You can join this at $10 tier, and you're going to get updates every single day. At the end of the day, you're going to email of what we bought. Now, if you want real time what we're buying and selling, there's a Discord, and you can join Elite or Platinum, and you can get real-time access. Not only to that, but also there's a team trading floor where all the members of the Elite community, they're sharing what they're buying and selling every day. Also, my portfolio, I'm sharing you everything that I'm buying and selling every day, plus much more due diligence, some deep dives, conversations. There's hidden channels in Discord, and that's going to give you access. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller, bring this over, so you can kind of see what's going on here. So Tesla, you can see 6%, 6.6% Confluent, NVIDIA, you can kind of see what's on there. So the green is going to be growth stocks. The orange color is DGIF. Again, that's dividend growth investing for FIRE. That's total growth. So those are stocks that are give you growth on the share price, but also growth in the dividend. They're going to increase those dividends each year, and those are good compounders. ETFs are that light blue color. Spec is going to be that pink color. And then the cash is just white right now. It's gray down here, but you get the idea. So, D-Local has done really well. That's up 25%. You can see all the plus and minuses here. The portfolio is down about 7% right now total, which isn't too bad considering the circumstances. And we're trying to dollar cost average and do our best. So this is long-term. We're not trying to time the bottom. We're trying to accumulate shares, get the best cost basis we can, and try to keep our allocations to our pillars here. So you can kind of see though, some of the ones that have done better than others. Snap is up 19% since we bought it. Toast up 17% since we bought it. SentinelOne's basically flat. UiPath up 28%. D-Local's up 25%. But we got some losers in here too. A lot of them are flat. NVIDIA is flat. Matterport down. It's not a very big. It's only a $100 position. It's a small spec position. That's down almost 20% off the news that Apple is going to get into that same space that Matterport is. Some of these we have a lot better cost basis than maybe my main portfolio, because you look at like Confluent down 13%. I'm down more than that. The other portfolio because I was buying it, higher. This is at $23. Our cost basis is $26.53. The stocks, we actually are actually flat on that. Unity, we're down 32%. Upstart, we're down 42%. Those stocks got hit way harder than we ever would imagine. But again, total portfolio down about 7% overall since we started in February. And considering the markets has been selling off lower and lower that whole time, this gives you a good idea how you can dollar cost average. If that market turns, this is instantly green. This portfolio has been in a range from positive 20% at one point to negative 15%. A massive, massive range on this. So I'm going to start doing more and more videos. So definitely subscribe to the channel. Click that bell to get notifications. This video was sponsored by The Motley Fool. If you want to see the 10 best stocks to buy now, check out fool.com/firedupwealth. Also check out the Patreon to join us there. Hit the like button and drop me a comment. I appreciate your time and attention, guys. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.